Hello, everyone. My name is Don, the movie reviewer, and today we are going to be talking about Brigsby Bear. I knew nothing about this movie going into it. Here's my review.
May our minds be stronger tomorrow.
I ain't telling you shit.
When the movie started, I didn't like it. I wanted to walk away from it, but something kept pulling me in. It's very strange, this movie. Yeah. When it starts, it's weird. After the first 10 minutes, the movie abandons how weird it is, and then all of a sudden, something realistic enters. Then the movie becomes extremely engaging because you think it's going in one direction after showing you this really weird first 5 minutes. Now, as the movie's chugging along, it's like I feel that this is the best movie of the year. 15 minutes into this movie, my mind is blown. I'm loving everything that I'm seeing. When at the beginning, I was kind of like taken back. Then it introduced something that was very intriguing and it just hooked me. And then the movie's going along and it keeps going and going and going and doing things that are kind of like, they make me feel like, should I, emotionally, I'm saying in these certain scenes, should I be laughing at this or should I feel sad? And my emotions are unbalanced and I don't know how to control them. And this movie is doing this to me and it's great. So about 40 minutes into it, I'm just like, this movie is an A+. Then after the first 40 minutes, the movie just chugs along and then it turns into a Lifetime channel movie, which is great and all, some of the stuff is fine. But from the stuff that they introduced to me to how they set everything up was just too great. And it was so engaging that I was just salivating mentally on this stuff to where I was just wishing the movie had this tone throughout and this weirdness to it, mixing in realistic elements and just making me feel uncomfortable. Like, should I be laughing or should I be sad during these scenes? And it made me feel both. And the scenes that, should be taken seriously are also funny. And it just made me feel like this is a perfectly executed movie. But then after all that, it just goes along and it just turns completely unrealistic. And then I'm just like, people are acting weird ways. There's a lot of plot holes in here. Certain things didn't make any sense to me. And by the end of it, I was just really tired. Kyle Mooney plays James Pope. He is the main character here. And when I first saw him on screen, I thought he was Jamie Kennedy. I mean, when I first heard about this movie, I thought it was Jamie Kennedy, and he looks like Jamie Kennedy, but it's not Jamie Kennedy. But this actor did a great job. He not only looks like Jamie Kennedy, if that's what they're going for, but I doubt it. He's a good actor on his own. I liked him in this movie. As the movie was getting closer to the ending, it just felt like it was dragging along, and I just became uninterested in what I was watching at that time. When I wasn't interested, the main actor is what carried this movie for me and just what kept me engaged. Mark Hamill plays Ted Mitchum, and Mark Hamill is a fantastic actor. He's not just Luke Skywalker. He can not only do voices for animation, but He is just a great actor in general, and if you haven't seen him in John Carpenter's Body Bags, well, you missing something. Greg Kinnear plays Detective Vogel. He came off as really cartoony to me. He didn't act cartoony. It was just the way his, character was dressed. He was dressed like a detective, but it just seemed like it was a little too much color to it. I don't know. That's just me. And he did a fine job. He was fine. Matt Walsh and Michelle Watkins played Greg Pope and Lois Pope. And the parents in the movie, they did their job. They were standard. The actors were fine. It's just the way the characters were executed, plot-wise, it didn't feel real. Like it should have hit heavier with what they were dealing with. And they didn't go for it. Ryan Simpkins plays Aubrey Pope, and she's your standard typical sister. The actor did a good job with what they were given, but it's just a stereotypical sister. And so at the beginning, it's like, she has a problem, and then the problem is easily resolved with no buildup. Didn't like her character all that much. Didn't give much development. George Lindenborg Jr. plays Spencer. He was great in this movie. He was great. He did a good job. I liked his character. He's straightforward here. Nothing really happens with him, but the actor did a good job. I thought this movie was okay. The first 15 minutes was amazing. It was the best movie of this year. The first 15 minutes, freaking it starts off weird and I'm not interested in it. Then something happens to where I'm taken back, this is interesting. Okay, what's going on here? And then it progresses, and then it's just some 10 Cloverfield Lane kind of stuff, and then it's just really strange, and I'm just and then the realistic part comes in, and I'm just it's really good, and it's my mind is blown, and then it moments I'm supposed to feel sad, but then I'm happy, I want to laugh, and it's just pulling on my heartstring like that, and my emotions making me undecisive about how I feel was great. First 40 minutes, flawless stuff. But then after that, the movie just, treads along, and it kind of gets watered down into some Hallmark Channel, Life Channel type of show. And it's happy and it's great, but the movie, it did go there, but it didn't complete the race. Overall, I would give Brigsby Bear B+. I'd give it a B+ because it has some interesting stuff in there, some weird stuff, and my emotions did go in a bit of a dip throughout. And then it's just watered down into mediocrity, and it's just not fun anymore. It's not fun. Stuff I laughed at in the first 40 minutes can't countermeasure with the stuff that I was bored with. So then by the end of this movie, I was just really tired. And I didn't care anymore. And when that happens, it must have not been a completely good experience. But the first 15 minutes to the 40 minutes, I'd watch that. But everything after that, there's at least, say about 30 minutes more. There are 30 minutes of the movie left, and I don't care about that. Counteracting that by the end of it, I'm just I don't really care. It could have been better, and I wish it was, because it started off as being extremely amazing, then it got watered down into some mediocrity, and I didn't care anymore by the end of it. So as always, thank you for watching, and I'll see you next time.